Lasers are light beams powerful enough to zoom miles into the sky or cut through lumps of metal. Although they seem pretty recent inventions, they have actually been with us for over half a century. The basic idea of a laser is simple. It's a tube that concentrates light over and over again until it emerges in a really powerful beam. But how does this happen exactly? What's going on inside a laser? Let's take a closer look. So welcome back my dear friends. Today we are going to explain everything about lasers. So let's get started and let's learn together. Before getting started, let's see what is a laser. A laser is a device that emits lights through a process of optical amplification based on the stimulated emission of electromagnetic radiation. We are quite sure that many of you are unaware of this fact, but the term laser originated as an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This term is coined by Gordon Gould. Lasers are more than just powerful flashlights. The difference between ordinary light and laser light is like the difference between ripples in your bathtub and huge waves on the sea. You have probably noticed that if you move your hands back and forth in the bathtub, you can make quite strong waves. If you keep moving your hands in step with the waves you make, the waves get bigger and bigger. Imagine doing this a few million times in the open ocean. Before long, you have mountainous waves towering over your head. A laser does something similar with light waves. It starts off with weak light and keeps adding more and more energy, so the light waves become even more concentrated. Now let's move further and see how lasers work. Before you can understand how a laser works, you need to know how an atom can give off light, which we will be explaining to you further. A laser is efficiently a machine that makes billions of atoms pump out trillions of photons, that is light particles, all at once, so they line up to form a really concentrated light beam. So now let's see, what do you need to make a laser? We need two basic parts: a load of atoms, that is a solid, liquid or gas, with electrons in them that we can stimulate. This is known as the medium or sometimes the amplifying or gain medium, because gain is another word for amplification. Something to stimulate the atom with, such as flash tube, like the xenon flash lamp in a camera, or another laser. A typical red laser would contain a long crystal made of ruby with a flash tube, yellow zigzag line wrapped around it. The flash tube looks a bit like a fluorescent strip light, only it's coiled around the ruby crystal and it flashes every so often like a camera's flash lamp. So now we know that we need flash tube and crystals to make lasers. But how do they make lasers? To make you understand, we will demonstrate it in 8 parts. First, a high voltage electric supply makes the tube flash on and off. Second, every time the tube flashes, it pumps energy into the ruby crystal. The flashes inject energy into crystal in the form of photons. Atoms in the ruby crystal, large green blobs, soak up this energy in a process called absorption. Atoms absorb energy when their electrons jump to a higher energy level. After a few milliseconds, the electrons return to their original energy level, that is ground state, by giving off a photon of a light, small blue blobs. This is called spontaneous emission. Fourth, the photons that atom give off zoom up and down inside the ruby crystal, traveling at the speed of light. Fifth, every so often, one of these photons stimulates an already existed atom. When this happens, the excited atom gives off a photon and we get our original photon back as well. This is called stimulated emission. Now one photon of light has produced two, so the light has been amplified, increased in strength. In other words, light amplification. An increase in the amount of light has been caused by stimulated emission of radiation. Hence the name laser, because that's exactly how a laser works. Sixth, a mirror at one end of the laser tube keeps the photon bouncing back and forth inside the crystal. Seventh, a partial mirror at the other end of the tube bounces some photons back into the crystals but lets some escape. 8. The escaping photons form a very concentrated beam of powerful laser light. Now, let's discuss the applications of lasers. We all know that laser technology must have a various application fields. In almost any of science field, you may observe laser technology applications and devices. In the following, we have mentioned the applications of such technology as far as we encountered, observed, used or read about. First, computer devices such as laser mouse, laser presentation, CD-ROMs, DVD-ROMs, etc. Second, astronomy and communication applications. Third, medicine, surgery and health. Fourth, war machines, guns and tanks. Fifth, cutting matters in metallurgy industry and related industries. Sixth, robotics, especially in image processing and calculating distances. So by now we have understand everything about lasers and can conclude that lasers are one of the most important applications we need in this developing world. Every day we are using lasers in different forms. Even lasers are used in surgeries and therapies. But we should not forget that everything has its bad side. Even though lasers are so much useful, but still lasers are very dangerous. Lasers can even used to cut diamonds, which is one of the toughest materials in the world. Direct impact of laser in our eye can make us blind, whereas a LASIK surgery can give back our vision. So use it with caution. So friends, now we are wrapping up this episode for today. We promise you to bring you more exciting topics in our future videos. Let us know in the comment section below what do you think about lasers. If you have any topics in your mind, please share with us. We will make video on that topic. So don't forget to subscribe to Catnip for more videos. And a million thanks to our subscribers for their continuous love and support. Thanks for watching this episode. Sayonara.